Hey, Stampin' friends! Welcome to the Joy of Stamp with Rachel. I'm Rachel Kuhn, and today is Fun Fold Friday. This card was actually inspired by a demo swap, which is a swap I do every other month, and they have certain requirements that had to be met. So let me talk to you about this layout a little bit and the things that were included on for this challenge. We had to make a Z fold. So here's my Z fold right there. You see the Z. We had to do some watercoloring, so we're going to do some watercoloring right here. Had to have designer series paper. Awesome. It needed to be neutral colors. So Mossy Meadow is one of our neutrals in the neutral family. And let's see, I think those were all of the requirements, hopefully. And this card I found, and I just love the idea of it. It's called a 1, 2, 3 DSP. So our DSP measurements are 1 inch, 2 inch, and 3 inch on the front. So let me set that aside. We'll get ready to create that card in just a second. The card had to be blank in the inside or a miscellaneous card. So that's why I kept it simple and found the word friend in all of Flutter. And so that was the perfect fit. I'm like, friend, you can use this for friend, happy birthday, friend, I'm thinking of you, whatever you want to write here in that inside. So that was also part of the challenge. All right, let me go ahead and set this aside and we'll grab all of our pieces in and I will talk you through it. For my measurements, you may visit my blog. I'll have it on there and also the links to all the products you can get from my online store. First, I do want to show you this cute little die cut that I have. This was an impressions plate die cut, which means it came out looking flat, and then when I ran it through, you see how it kind of bubbles now in that center here. So this is a great die. It's called the Phrases and Frames. That's where that die came from. And then we have our card base and our Mossy Meadow. You'll see I have some extra score lines here. That will create this fun fold Z for us. And then that designer series paper. So on the back of my paper, you'll see it's not just black and white, but it is from that beautiful Ordinary Life designer series paper. But I love that it has super bright on one side, and then you would never know that on the other side is a very simple black and white. So this one we have our 1 inch, our 2 inch, and then our 3 inch for our DSP. So 1, 2, 3 DSP. Love that. This is the mat we're going to need to use once we're done watercoloring our leaves here. And this is the inside piece that we'll put later on as well. Let's go ahead and watercolor now so that way we give it some dry time. And I like to use my silicone mat to have underneath me to kind of protect my workspace so I don't get everything watery. I'm using my water painter as well. This has water refilled in it, so there's no spilling over of a cup. And then what I like to do, let me show you. I have it already here, but we'll ink it up again. I like to take my stamping pad. This is the older one. You can see we have Mossy Meadow for a while now. And then you'll just take the edge of your clear block and grab just a little bit of ink. Just have it transfer on there. And then when I'm all done, this will just wash off either with a wipe or I can take and run it through my faucet as well. All right, so watercoloring on DSP. I'm gonna make sure that my brush is wet. I can feel it, I can see it. You can use your silicone mat if you want. We're gonna grab a little bit of this and just get it watered down a little bit. We don't want it super dark and have some harsh lines. But then you just get to have fun coloring it in. Start wherever you want, go in the inside. I'm coloring it dry, which means my paper is not wet and only the ink and my brush are. And that keeps it in our lines. So if I had a whole wet base of my paper here, then the water would just kind of run and spread, which is a really cool effect. I'll show you, let me grab that if I have, yeah. Here's the difference. Here's a water-based, and then I just brushed the ink all over it, and then this is just a dry base side. You can kind of see the difference there. All right, let's keep on going with our dry paper and our wet brush and wet ink. And what I like to do is I'll color one, and then I'll have that one dark, and then I'll go and do a couple more, and it just has a lighter each time as I get rid of some of that ink. And it keeps it nice and subtle. So a couple dark leaves will be part of ours. And then and lighten up. And you don't have to be perfect at this. I like to go in the outline and then color it in. You can also let this dry for a little bit and then come back over it and add some extra layers of coloring to it. I'm using the fine tip. The water painters come with 3 different styles of brushes, a wide, a medium, and a fine tip. So this fine tip is perfect for these little details we have going on here. Nice. Just picking up the ink off my clear block. Some people like to do the smoosh, and I'll show you my ink pad. You see that I have smooshed before, but it does create kind of a mess. And so this is an easier way to clean up than using the lid of your ink pad. I'll show you with my Mossy Meadow. It definitely looks like I've done it in the past. Nice. Add a little bit more water to my palette over here, so it's watered down some more and it just runs easier the more water it has. A little bit more of that guy. There we go. And this is a fun, there's lots of different ways to color. So if you don't have the watercolor, you can use your Stampin' blends. You use our pastels, the watercolor pencils. There's lots of different ways you can color in these leaves. This is just part of a fun way, and also is great because as part of my challenge, I had to have watercoloring somewhere in here. All right, that looks pretty good. Let me get a close-up on it so you can see. When you're done with your water painter, you can just wipe it clean. You push a little bit of the water out, and it cleans up that brush tip. All right, look at that. So fun, right? Love it. Set it aside, let it dry. Then we need to do some stamping on our cute little label here. We'll grab our Mossy Meadow ink back in and the word friend. I do like to practice, so I have a Post-it note. And we'll ink it up and do a nice little practice run. Looks good right there. And we'll press down. Awesome. I'm sorry if you hear any loud noises. It sounds like they're doing construction today outside of my home. All right, let me show you. So, looks like get ready to close it. You see, that's another spot. Looks like I've watercolored here in the past. So if you don't want to use the clear block method, you could always do a smoosh method with your lid. It just makes it a little bit messy. All right, let's go ahead and start building our card while this keeps on drying. We're going to grab our card base and we're going to start our creases. So right here is our 5 1/2, 4 1/4, and 2 1/8 score line. Again, all these measurements will be on my blog. But we're going to create a book spine. So we're going to fold this one back. We already have it in half at that 5 1/2. We're going to fold it back at the 4 1/4 now. And we're going to put some adhesive inside between those 2 lines. While I'm here though, I'm going to continue my creasing to make that Z fold. You can double check, make sure you went the right way. So that creates that Z. So when we open it, it's going to open up this way. The other option, you could have folded it in, let's see, that way, but that wouldn't make sense, right? So fold it away from the inside and have that so you can pull open. All right, right here, liquid glue. Let's put that down with this book spine. And you just want to put it in between your score lines and then give it a nice close like so. Pressing it down. Let that dry. While that's drying, let's add our designer series paper. So we're going to do our 1 by 4 inch first. Liquid glue on the back. Go in between those 2 score lines. Creating a border on all 4 sides. Nothing right here in the center. Nothing right here yet. We're going to go to our inside now. Keep that open. And we're going to add our basic white and our DSP. So this basically is making a 4x4. We're creating a square here. So kind of eyeball it to know where you should place it. I'm going to put this guy, I think, right here. So we're going to flip him over, keeping my unglued down this guy as a point of reference. Holding him there nice. Push it up just a little bit. That's pretty good. This guy then I'm going to flip over, and we're going to add actual Stampin Plus adhesive. Because it's basic white, I don't like the glue lines, and I did use liquid glue and broke my rule on my first card, and I was like, you know what? We can just change that up and make sure our glue lines are there. If you want to overlap our basic white a little bit to our DSP, you can to make it look even, but that looks pretty good. Okay. Next, we need to add, let's see how dry this is. If you feel like it's still wet, you can use a heat tool to help it dry, but it feels pretty dry to me. The secret to this one is that since it is warped a little bit from our water, you have to make sure we put a lot of adhesive, and especially on these ends here. So I got pretty close to my border there. I'm going to add it to my mat right here. Oh, that's looking pretty good. I have shifted around to make sure it's looking even on most sides. There we go. And press down. All right. Now for this guy, we're going to put liquid glue. Let's fold him back in like that so we see our DSP now. And we're going to put liquid glue only on here. We could have liquid glue, or we could use the Stampin' Plus. It's up to you. But we're going to try to make this one so it has become centered. So and this is larger than this guy here. So that's why glue should only go on this side. All right. And then he needs to match on the top and the bottom. So we're going to go right about here and slide it over and get it just about center. Okay. Looking good. Look at that. It folds in. I got a fun fold. Now we just need to embellish and add our cute little friend here. For this one, I like to use dimensionals. And I'm almost at the tail end of this guy, so let me just snip off a piece. We'll snip off from over here because we don't need it to be too big. And we're going to put it on the back of the F. We don't want to go on the inside. Keep it over here because we only want half of it on. Have our friend, and I have it placed about, I want to say 3/4 of the way up on this side. Cute, cute. I have linen thread, and I made some little bows to attach right here. So we just need to grab a glue dot to add that to it. Put the knot to the dot, press it in, and then I like to pinch it so that way there's not a lot of extra adhesive showing. And just put it right there at the bottom. Nice. Lastly, we just need to do a little bit of embellishing. And since the theme was neutral, I kept it just clear. It was hard for me to find I could probably use the Stampin' Blend and color this in Mossy Meadow if I wanted to. But we're just going to go ahead and use these clear side of this ladybug. So we'll grab our large one and put it down here on this DSP on the inside. We'll grab a large one again and put it grab 2 that time. Hold on, let's see if I can carefully, there we go. We only needed the one of that size, and then we'll see if I can't grab this small guy and come up just a little bit higher from him. These ones are so tricky to use. They're so little, and since they're clear, they're hard to see. But there we go. We did it. Look how great that looks. Easy as 1, 2, 3, DSP to make that really fun fold there. And it didn't take too much, right? Just a couple extra score lines. that beautiful designer series paper. You guys could switch up the paper, switch up the colors, and even add a different larger circle here. That's just where you'll have a little greeting or design there as well. So please give this fun fold a try and have a great day, you guys. Happy stamping, everyone. Goodbye.